everybody settle in. Would you take your cell phones? Take those cell phones and please turn them off.
I did.
Turn them on in a couple of days.
He told us.
Good evening. Welcome to the Comedy Club. Here in Laguna Woods, where the women are cracking, the men are burying, and the kids are elsewhere. A special welcome for any newcomers. Any newcomers tonight? Welcome. Come on back. Bring your friends. You're going to have a great time. They're going to have a great time. And a special shout out to our many clubs here in Laguna Woods to come and join us. TGIF, the Baby Boomers, the Bocce Club, the Rainbow Club, the Rock and Rollers, the Saddleback Church, and those special people with great senses of humor, the golfers, the Bridge Club members, club sense of humor, and our many friends and acquaintances from Club 19. Welcome. Tonight, our funny comedy club show with Joey, the funny lady from Laguna Woods. She's entertained in many venues, television, the Improv. 39 years ago, the original Gong Show, which she won. She came to California during Hollywood's glamour days. She sang with a group called the Rhythm Kings. She worked at the Crescendo at Zardy's Jazzland. Oh yeah. Joey's asked me to remind you, she's single. She has 2 new knees. She has good teeth. When the dentist tells you you have good teeth, he's not happy. She's a great cook. She drives at night. And she has a handicap sticker. And let us not forget her great sense of humor. So, now, the funny lady of Laguna Woods. Here's Jolie.
I said a good man, he's hard to find. You always get the other kind. Just when you think that he's your pal, you find him fool around with another gal in the parade. Lord, how you pray to see that man lying in his grave. So if your man is smart, take my advice. Hug him every morning, kiss him every night. I give him plenty love and then just treat him right. Because a good man nowadays is hard to find. I said a good man is hard to find. You always get the other kind. Just when you think that he's your pal, you find him fooling around with another gal in your parade. Lord, how to pray to see that man lying in his grave. So if your man is smart, take my advice. Hug him every morning, kiss him every night. And give him plenty love and then just hold him tight. Because a good man nowadays is hard to find. I said a good good man nowadays is hard to find. I said a good man nowadays is hard to find. Hi everyone, I love you all. Look how many are here. I've had a terrible 2 weeks. Terrible, terrible. You want to hear about it? Okay, I'm in a 3-story building. This is all a true story. And we needed to be exterminated for termites. I hate termites' guts. You know that we practically had to move out for these termites. I had 10 bags, this full, giant bags, and I fractured my back trying to move them all. But that wasn't the best part. Just prior to moving to the Ayers Hotel, I got a flood in my house. Yeah, well, remember this when I tell you old material, because I had no time to write new material. Another thing, I'm really mad that I spent 2 weeks in a motel by myself. So I decided what I would do tonight, because I had no time to write new material, was tell you about when I first moved in here 18 years ago. It was called Laguna. It was called Leisure World, remember? Leisure World, yeah. And, oh my goodness, this is so hard for me. I was so young when I moved in, you know. Yeah. Anyway, before I tell you that, I'm going to tell you about my past when I was at the Improv. They used to call me the sexy senior citizen because I was a senior citizen and I remember sex. And even today, I'm very hip. Right now, I have on a thong. And I don't see what the big deal is about that. I spent my whole life trying to keep it out of there. Anyway, I was married. I was married for 35 years, and I left him for religious reasons. He thought he was God, and I didn't. And I raised 3 teenage girls at 3 different times in my life. That's why I'm not afraid of terrorists. Anyway, when I moved in here, I expected the Love Boat. But instead, I got the prune barge. Now, I don't know if you know this, but there's 8 women to every 2 men. Well, we think it's a bummer, and you guys are egotistical because of it. I do love living here, though. We party, party, party every night till 9 p.m. culminating in a bang. And a decaf. Don't forget the decaf. Anyway, we used to have such bargains in here. I remember we used to go to Polly's, and we would get eggless eggs, low sodium bacon, and a check set tray for $4.95. That's a true story. And then they had a place in here called Sushi Walk. You know, me and my girlfriends went there all the time. And one girlfriend would always order Moo Goo Gai Pan, and the other girl always ordered Bang Bang Duck, and I always ordered Some Young Guy. But I finally did meet a man in here, and I took him to my Italian garden villa. That's a garden villa an Italian lives in. And I mixed him a drink and right away put his teeth in it. And then I said to him, being the sexy senior citizen that I am, I said, would you excuse me just a few moments while I slip into something more comfortable? When I got back, he slipped into coma. what else happened in here? It was a riot anyway. I also wanted to tell you, I am not any longer seeing a gynecologist. I decided if the car's in the garage, there's no way to pay a mechanic, right? I think that was right. I'm not sure. And I got a new guy, you know, but it's never going to work because I got a bad back and he has a bad front. I was with this guy the other night. He has on his shirt, don't resuscitate. That's how it used to be in here, Leisure World. Yep. Anyway, I wanted to also tell you this joke about this guy named Joe. He passed away, and his will provided for $30,000 for an elaborate funeral. As the last guest departed after his wife, Helen, turned to her oldest friend, she said, well, I'm sure Joe would have been pleased with this whole ceremony. And your friend said, I'm sure you're right. She lowered her voice and leaned in close and said, how much did this cost? She said, $30,000. The funeral was $6,500. I donated $600 to charity, and the stone was 2.5 carats. I think that's enough. Okay, oh, I gotta tell you this story. Look at this hot babe right here. Guess who that is? That's Joey Sims. The face, huh? Can you pass it around? There you go. Yeah. No, I can't pass it around. I love it. I have to tell you, we've had Betty Grissom for years doing our publicity, and then she got a little ill, so now we have Bill Tilley. Where are you, Bill Tilley? Stand up there. Okay. Anyway, I go to church with Bill Tilley, and he seems so square and, you know, conservative, and I said to him, Bill, when you take a picture of me for publicity, I want you to take 2 pictures and let me pick one. He looked at me very seriously and said, well, you're not 40. That's funny, guys, that you're not 40. And I said, well, Mr. Sweetlips, just do what I tell you. So anyway, he sent me this picture, and he said, I hope you like this one. And I just love it. I've had so much fun with it. Some man walked up to me the other day, and he looked me up and down, and he says, I'll never think of you the same. Anyway, I'm so glad you're all here. And, oh yeah, one more I was going to say. Let's see. I went to a psychiatrist and told him I was thinking of suicide. And he told me to pay in advance. And I want to introduce you to Karen Rontowski. She's wonderful. We have her once a year. I've been doing this for 12 years. I love Karen. She's very funny. She worked as a full-time comedian for 17 years. She's a baby boomer hippie who believes there's no time like the present to be living in the past. She describes herself as having an optimistic look and being in complete denial. She's open for Bob Hope, Ray Charles, and the Monkees. And she can be seen on Comedy Central, and she's moved to San Diego, where she became a regular at both the Comedy Store and the Improv and Our Place. So let's give her a big hand, Karen Rontowski.
Give it up for Joey, ladies and gentlemen. Joey! At the end of a very hard 2 weeks, I want to start with an old joke, okay? It's my favorite old joke. Nice work with the podium. That's my new friend. He was like, I only have one job, Karen. And I was like, don't screw it up. Got it? Okay.